Hi, in this video I am going to be showing vector addition graphically using Maya. So I've already got the screen prepared just to save some time by placing my locators with their coordinates on it and showing the vectors here. So over here on for vector A, it's got the coordinates of -7 and -3. -7 on the x-axis and -3 on the z-axis. We won't be using the y-axis because we don't need it in this view. Over here I have on vector B, we have the coordinates of 2 and 4. Again, 2 on the x-axis and 4 on the z-axis, shown here by the locators. Just to note, the only problem I had when setting up the screen was actually changing the colours. I did eventually, through dumb luck I suppose, get the colours changed on the locators and the annotations. I do know it's to do with enabling the overrides here, but for some reason, as you can see, it's just not changing it on my actual vector lines. I was having the same problem on the locators. It managed to only change when I eventually changed the smooth to the wireframe, which works okay for the locators, but for some reason not the vectors. But I'll try and keep them highlighted throughout the presentation so they're easier to see. So first of all, I'm going to add vector A to vector B. So I do that by getting a duplicate of vector A by Control D, and then I'm going to drag the new vector over to where to vector B's head. So it's snapped a grid, so it's all joining up right. So just I'm trying to make that a bit better to see. So now I have the tail of vector A joining up with the head of vector B. So I suppose we'd start here, then at 0, 0 of B, walk along, and then walk along the tail of A to the head of A to find out where our new vector point is going to be, vector C. So we can see it's actually -5 on the x-axis and -7 on the z-axis. So we can actually add in now the new vector by going create curve tools and selecting the curve tool. I'm going to put the point here at 0, 0, and then the new point here. So that's our new vector here now, which is going to be called vector C. I can get rid of the copy of vector A because we don't need it. It was just to help us add. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to make a new locator for here. So how I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to make a duplicate of one of these locators and drag it over to where the new one goes. So it's up there, just so we have the same color, and I don't have that problem that I had earlier. I'm going to get rid of this annotation that I have to copy across to. I'm going to give this new locator its own annotation, which is going to be called C. I'll just move that up a bit more where it's more clearly seen. So this is our new vector. Like I say, we can visually see on the grid what the coordinates are for it, but if we did want to check, we could go into the attribute editor of it. If we go to the world space, we can see here on the x-axis it says -5, 0 for the y, and -7 for the z-axis. So we can see that it is placed there. Now, just to make sure that our actual addition of our vectors worked, we can go into the script editor. I actually have it up here already from previous attempts. On my first attempt I actually had it wrote into the mel part of it, so I was getting a lot of errors until I finally figured out to put it into the Python error. So I just ran this all after I put in the coordinates. It came up alright, and then I just ran C to see what the results are, and as you can see the results are -5 and -7, what we had said and what we had seen on the world space view. So that is how you add two vectors together, and in my next video I'll show how you subtract two vectors. Thank you.